Due to my voice, I will defer my best man speech to my favorite sister, Ashley. The theme of my best man speech is titled Power Ranger 1 and Power Ranger 2, because Power Rangers were our favorite heroes as kids. Our real favorite heroes were Dumb and Dumber, Beavis and Butthead, and Jackass. By the way, this information is either obvious, well known, or not surprising. If Tyler and I had lived in the early 1900s, it would have easily been the Three Stooges. Let's recap what's been said so far. Take a moment and reflect on some of our childhood heroes. Now imagine which character relates the most and whom we tried to emulate. Starting with Dumb and Dumber, Tyler resembles Harry Dunn and I resemble Lloyd Christmas. Our next heroes were Beavis and Butthead. Tyler resembles Beavis and I resemble Butthead. Okay, that was pretty obvious. Our next heroes are the one and only Jackass program. Now, this one may be the hardest to guess which character most closely matches our personality until you hear the answers, then you'll probably nod your head in agreement. Beginning with myself, out of all the characters of Jackass, it's Steve-O. He always wants to be in on the excitement, but has to be talked into and forced into doing something he doesn't want to do. As usual, he ended up doing the stunt and always laughs away the pain. Alrighty, I wonder if anyone here knows the character I have in mind that best fits Tyler's best childhood description of the character on Jackass? Once I name the character, everyone will say that's totally true. The character is Bam Margera. Does that sound accurate? Moving on to the next subject, academics. As you all know, Tyler and I are very close in age, nearly 15 months apart. We're actually exactly 15 months apart. In this category, Tyler exceeded my mental capacity by far. However, I never failed a grade level. My parents possibly convinced the teacher I knew the material well enough to pass, which we all know I didn't. However, I always had to go to summer school to make up for all my deficiencies to justify passing the grade level. Summer school actually turned out in my favor. I had to walk around the track before I could play on the playground. Then sack lunches were served, as you can imagine, in those brown paper bags. It was either ham or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, milk, and some goodies included. But imagine this, Tyler and I in the same grade level and classroom for the entire year. Now that's a very interesting thought. Just to give a glimpse of my perspective as a student, as a reminder, I had no intention of learning anything. Tyler excelled at school. It wasn't much of a challenge for him. So Tyler could easily spare a few hours a day from the schoolwork to talk me into believing that getting into trouble was a good thing. A report card never meant anything to me as a kid, because whether it was a bad report card or a fake report card that the teacher doctored up, turning a bad report card into a good one, either way, I was good to go. Anyhow, back to Tyler's brilliance, which I could never surpass or measure up to, even though I was older by 15 months. That's dinosaur years in the context of children's years, by the way. So whatever Tyler told me, it was the end-all and be-all. I was convinced it was true because, heck, little brothers don't manipulate older brothers. I've been indoctrinated by Hollywood movies that older brothers are the tricksters. I've never been told if it could be possible it could be the other way around. I knew if the story was coming from Tyler, I could bet on it. The butthead character that I am I knew if Tyler's IQ was the exact score as the character of Beavis's, it was good enough for me. So I will be content counting on Beavis. I'd let him run the show and I could handle the remote control from the sofa. So if I hear yelling from the bathroom, I am the great Cornholio. I need P for my bunghole. I could give assistance knowing exactly what that means. Anyhow, it would have been very interesting. If we both grew up in the same grade level. This story I want to share is about an incident where I almost knocked Tyler's eye out. In fact, I've never told this story to anyone. This happened when we lived in Chelsea Court Apartments in Houston. Just for your information, I did a Google search and found that it's still open for business. I wonder how many of us would like to ever move back into the complex. I read their current reviews, and it's a wonder that the Texas Pest Control and Mold Department hasn't shut their doors. However, as the story unfolds, Tyler and I had metal poles that we used as golf drivers. So, as usual, playing in the middle of the street, we were swinging at this orange square chunk of hard plastic back and forth. My tendency sometimes is to go all out, so I swung and hit as hard as I could, and to my own fear, it flew in the air, hitting Tyler in the eye. By God's will, it didn't hit his eyeball. His eye was swollen shut, so Mom and Dad chose to put a piece of leftover steak from the refrigerator on it so the swelling could go down. Tyler had a couple of near misses from almost losing an eye. I will share a couple of other stories you all may not know about the near misses of nearly being blind in one eye. In Beaumont, Texas, in Plymouth Village Apartments, twice he could have been blind in one eye. First, a football was thrown. This football was a cheap rubber one that was small and inflated with too much air. It was thrown while Tyler wasn't looking or even ready. It hit just under the left eye, actually puncturing a hole just below his eye. The brim of the football hit him square plumb just below his left eye. I remember the blood and the hole it caused. I thought, wow, that could have been really bad. This other time, this is the third near miss. Tyler took the trash out at night. Walking back from the trash dumpster, this kid from the window shot Tyler in the face with a BB gun. Wow, I would say that's a lot of close calls. It's a miracle that you can still see with both eyes. Raise up your hand asking Tyler, how many fingers am I holding up? It's a trick question since a thumb can count as a finger, or you can choose not to. All joking aside, I want to say I'm so blessed to be a part of your 18-year journey. You both have grown so much over those years. I know there's much ahead in building your future. There are new chapters, blessings, and challenges to navigate. So I pray you both align with Jesus. I want to quote a Bible verse. It's in Ecclesiastes 4:12. Though one may be overpowered by another, two can withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken. It simply means a husband and wife united with Jesus will guarantee a successful marriage. Lord willing, your wedding vows will ever remain true.